Right, so I guess I'm going to start with the throttle position sensor. I don't know if it was completely done or whatnot, but funny thing is I only have one screw on one side. I don't know if that's normal, but I'll have to go with that for now. Here's the new one. 1 second. So, let's get the new one on. Wow! I'm not looking for any sympathy, but all Jeepers have probably done it, well, the older ones. Crankshaft position sensor. Jesus Christ, eh? Anyways, time to put the new one in. We got the old one out.
I ran Terry Fox run today.
You can barely see it because you're so full of grease. Yeah, it was Terry Fox run today for the kids at school.
Yeah, I had the same sticker as... It's not a sticker, but it's
a tattoo.
It's like a tattoo, but it's not a real one.
No. And they had an official running thing on their shirts there with their number and their name and all that.
Yeah.
Alright, let's continue. I think Jacob's arms are long and skinny enough to get up in there to start threading the bolts for me, so that's a big plus. Alright, so got crankshaft position sensor in. Holy fuck. Talk about turning into a fucking octopus there to try and fucking place shit, eh? That's horrible. It's not a super hard job, it's just really hard to get up in there. It's just, you know, 2 bolts and then you gotta place it. But the best thing you can do is move over here from underneath and pass your hand on the backside of the engine and you can kind of get up there and place it and slowly start threading a bolt in. Got my oxygen sensor out. I had to cut the cable and throw a 22mm socket on there and hit it with the impact to get it out. There was no anti-seize on there, or it's just been there for so long that it just seized up in there. But I got it out, so let's I mean, it doesn't look very dirty or anything, but it's totally not the same design. This will probably pick it up a lot better. This is just, it looks caked big time. I'm pretty sure that needed to be changed as well. Alright, let's get the new one in there. Alright, so everything's in. This is the first startup. I don't know if you heard that little thunk. That smoke is from the, I'll put some loose nut on the old oxygen sensor. I'll let that burn off. Just let it run a little bit actually. It's pretty humid. Let the computer recalculate everything. So I'll let it run for a bit and I'll be back. Alright, so I took apart the throttle body completely off and everything that was on it. I cleaned it with throttle body cleaner. Got a lot of carbon out of there. But now the truck is throwing check engine lights, which is kind of weird. You put new parts on. I think maybe it's the map sensor, I'm not sure. I'll check my codes after, but one thing that I'm going to do that has been bothering me is I really want to change that fuel filter because the last one was fucking disgusting. So it might be just telling me there's not enough fuel getting there or whatever, but I'm going to go change a fuel filter now anyways. It's just something I feel that needs to be done and go from there. So let me get under there and swap her out. Alright, so as you can see, T-case is now down. There's a bolt and a stud. The other side the stud came out with the bolt. So I just got this one left. I'm going to try to throw some lock pliers on there and see if I can't get it out. But, transfer case is dirty. I got to scrape all that shit off of it. And after I'm going to get to the mount, which you can see is the only clean spot on there. Still under there, so give me a few minutes. The mount's out. You can see there's a slight difference in performance. It's not super bad. I've seen worse ones on the internet, but obviously it needed to be done, and it's going to do a little good here. Put it back up where it needs to go. So, cool. Let's get her in there. Not super hard. There's two nice big bolts here on each side. Drop that, it comes out. And there's another big mount, like it goes this way underneath. There's another big metal plate that holds the exhaust in place, but let's get it back up there. Then I'm going to scrape this thing down. I put some vice grips on the stud, and it doesn't seem like it wants to come out, so I'm going to have to do the 2-bolt trick and hit it with the impact. But for that, I'm going to have to go to Ace or Canadian Tire with my wife and go pick up 2 bolts that'll fit on there. Thank the Lord, it's a beautiful day. So, put 2 bolts on there and I hit it with the impact. Out she came. Everything's out. The new T-case drop kit is ready to go in. The only negative side I heard about the T-case drop kit is it's hard on engine mounts. And engine mounts are like $8.99 at Rockato a piece. I'm really not worried. If I start to see a lot of extensive movement in the engine when shifting gears, I will swap them out. And it's not going to be a forever fix here. It's temporary till next year, so it's going to do its job. Cool peeps. Let's get the T-case drop kit in there. All right, so it's done. Tidying up right now. T-case drop kit is in. Looks like it brought the drive shaft angle down a little bit and in the front, which is good. Take away some vibrations. And that's it. Pretty simple. Took me about an hour or two in all. And that's with putting the crankshaft sensor, position sensor in. So, not a super hard job, but it's worth it. Now it's time to go ride around and see how she feels. Alright, same day, just trying to figure this shit out. This is the new throttle position sensor. I don't know if you can notice the 2 white tabs is what holds it. Try to set it up here so you can see. That and that. You can definitely see they're not in the same position at all. I was getting like 4 different codes. I put the old throttle position sensor in, no more codes, and it was idling perfect. So the new throttle position sensor is probably faulty, or it's not compatible, or whatever. Thank God the old one's still good. So I'll be sending that back to Rockato. I'll also be putting in my link to this video which one not to buy because it doesn't fit for this year of Cherokee, and maybe I got a default one, but are you willing to take the chance and get a default one as well? So who knows. Alright, so continuing on to new things, still my mud flaps. They were screwed in up here just with like metal screws, and right now I'm adding this bracket on so I can actually screw them in with a bolt. So when I do go off-roading, I can take them off or whatever. And if that gets bent or whatever when I'm off-roading, who cares? It's really cheap to replace. I got some here anyways. So, cool. I'll show you the overall after look. Peeps, here you go. I widened them out a little bit so they cover the wheel a lot more. There's still this space here, but that's because I did the nip and tuck. But, looks alright. I think it's a little bit lower than it was before, and it's a hell of a lot more solid like that with the L brace and all the new bolts and stuff. So cool. Get you guys later, and I'll keep you posted on what's going on with the throttle position sensor.